Live from New York. No, I'm in Arizona. Live from New York. I'm in Arizona. Now Saturday Night Live, which is now SNL. I don't think it was always SNL. I think I just started maybe 10, 15 years ago. When I was little, I don't remember it being called SNL. Anyways, let me act like I'm on camera. And this is, for my glasses, 122 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And I've been wearing my glasses the last few times because I don't have any contacts. I have one pair, and they're kind of old, so I've just been wearing my glasses. So, this morning, I was looking up Joseph Campbell quotes and just checking them out because he writes a lot of philosophy about myth and the hero and so on and so forth. And I knew of him a long, long time ago, and I just looked at him today just to see what he has to say, and I came across this quote that reminded me of what we're trying to learn on the yoga mat when we open up in a pose, which is tapping into that capital O, openness. You're feeling opened. So if you're in a pose, for example, the low lunge, and you're feeling like you're opened, and that's the mindset that you want to tap into. So you don't want to be in the pose and judge yourself and think, man, I'm not open. That's judgment. If you're opened, then you're open. If you're feeling open, then you're open. And that's what you're learning on the yoga mat. Let go of that judgment so you can feel open. And even if you're in the pose and you're feeling like, man, I'm doing this perfectly, that's judgment too. That's not what we're doing on the yoga mat. You're feeling opened. So I came across this quote because, let me go back. You're feeling open because you're taking that mindset off the yoga mat and applying openness, feeling that openness in your everyday life. So you can be open to new ideas and new adventures. And this is what I came across in regards to Joseph Campbell with adventure. And here's his quote. The big question is whether you are going to be able to say a hearty yes to your adventure. You're the writer of your own story. Be the hero. And the answer is yes. You're going to say yes to your adventure because you're learning how to be open. And that's the next chapter, right? So you're learning openness on the yoga mat. You're taking this mindset of openness and applying it in the so-called real world, in the so-called real world, feeling open to new ideas, having an open mind, feeling open to adventure and new adventures, whatever they may be. Maybe it's, hey, I'm gonna get a new job, or hey, I'm gonna do this hike today, or hey, whatever. Hey, whatever it will be. And then to go with openness is acceptance. You're gonna have to accept. That allows you to be open, accept. And that's what we're gonna focus on today. Those two types of mindsets, which is really one mindset, but I'm gonna split them up. And we're gonna do it through two sun salutations. You're gonna feel opened, and then you're gonna accept. You're gonna feel open, and you're gonna feel acceptance. So with that said, I'm gonna put my phone, put up my glasses that I gotta put on to see far away, but to see up close, I have to take them off. It's called nearsighted, in case you didn't know. think that's nearsighted. No, farsighted. No, that's nearsighted. I don't know what it is. So we're going to do the standing. We're going to do the mountain pose, subtle, tapping into the oneness by focusing on the breathing and solely on the breathing. When you're focused solely on the breathing, that doesn't allow judgment to come in, doesn't allow you to try to be somewhere. It allows you to accept and allows you to feel opened. And it allows the mind and body to become one, which is yoga. But the next part of that, oneness, is realizing you're part of the oneness, capital O. Everything's one. So, mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. No tension in the shoulders or the arms. Now you're going to think of a string on the top of the head. You're going to pull yourself up. So you're going to lengthen up and then line up the bones of the skeleton where the skeleton is just standing. You're trying to find that spot as if you were just your skeleton and let the skeleton just stand. Focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Now you're already breathing automatically. And it's very natural to start to focus on the breathing and then you start controlling it. When you realize you're controlling it, let go and just continue to watch. You're becoming the watcher, capital W, the observer, capital O, the seer, capital S. You're just the watcher. You're watching your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. You're watching yourself breathe. There's many ways to do it, but two good ways. As you inhale, the belly swells with air slightly. When you exhale, the belly goes in. Watch that. That is watching your breathing. Or bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. You can even watch the chest, wherever you're breathing. And you can focus on that to watch yourself breathe. Remember, you're not controlling it. You're just watching it. Then you bring the palms together. Thumbs go to the heart center. You're going to push the arms out, up and back. And when you go up and back, I go out a little bit. But what you want to try to do, if you can, keep the prayer position, symbolic hand gesture of the prayer position. Go up and back. You can do this if you like. Whatever. You're just opening up, inhaling. It's the first stretch. So open up, feel opened. And then exhale. As you exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. You're reaching out. And you're just going to fall into the ragdoll. With the ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. No tension anywhere. You're just going nice and easy, accepting where you are. Acceptance, capital A, tapping into acceptance. Now, if you're up here, you're feeling like, man, I'm not going down far enough. Let go of that thought. That is judgment. Just accept where you are. Even if you're feeling like, man, I'm doing this perfectly. It's judgment. That's awesome, but it's still judgment. That's not what we're doing. Let go of that judgment. That is a barrier that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. Just accept where you are and focus solely on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And when you're thinking of the breathing, it heightens your awareness, lets you know what's going on in the body. So you're feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, maybe. You're feeling in the calves. Maybe you're feeling something in the lower back or an issue you might have in the back of the knee or the shoulder. But the important thing is you're not those things. You're aware of them, but you're not focused on them. That is a mindset as well. The palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale slowly. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Foreheads go to the knees and push all the air out. Then again, arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And again, arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And again, arch the back. Two more. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Opening up. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. Last one. Arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back. With the left leg, you're doing a low lunge. So the top of the foot to the floor in the back, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, making sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, you want to lengthen up. Back is straight, and if the back is straight, you're reaching out, or you can arch the back. Arching the back, you think of the hip bones, push the hip bones diagonally, arch the back, and the head's going up and back. And you're feeling opened. Tapping into the energy of openness. See, we're all sharing the openness, capital O. Tap into it, feel opened. Let go of judgment. So if you're down, you're feeling like, man, I'm not doing this right, you're down like this, let go of that. It's openness. You're feeling opened no matter what. You're feeling opened. And then you're going to take that mindset off, yoga mat, into the so-called real world. You're going to feel opened throughout the day. Learning how to feel open to new ideas, just like I read with the quote, open to adventure, or your new adventures, where you're the hero, you're the story, you're creating your story. Still feeling opened. Now we're going to go to a high lunge. We're not going to stay in high lunge. We're just going to use it as a transition pose. So you're going to curl the toes under in the back. Knee goes up. Get the knee as straight as you can. The leg as straight as you can. Reaching out with the back if it's straight or arching still. And then you push into the downward dog. With the downward dog, the arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are pushed towards the floor or they're into the floor. No tension in the neck. So you are pushing into this pose, but you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. You're learning acceptance. Acceptance allows you to be open. Capital A, acceptance. Essentially accepting yourself, accepting where you are, physically and mentally. And you're taking that mindset off the yoga mat and accepting who you are, where you are in the so-called real world. Feeling opened is part of feeling acceptance. And wherever you are, push a little bit more if you can. Of course, I'm just guiding you. If you don't want to do it, don't listen to me. That's another thing. You're learning how to listen to yourself. I'm just talking. Take in what I'm saying, think, hey, maybe I should try it, or no way. You're still ultimately listening to yourself. And then you're going to drop down to the knees and the chest. You're going to slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. You're feeling open. Now, for here, you can do the hands and knees. And once you're on the hands and knees, you can do the cow. Open up in the cow, feeling opened. Or you go down to the small cobra. The small cobra, the chest is off the floor. The palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're pulling yourself up. You're using the back muscles, which are pull muscles. And you're feeling open there. Wherever you're feeling opened, however you're feeling, wherever you are, you're going to feel openness. And let's say you're doing this, what you think is perfect, and maybe it is. But once you're settled, you accept where you are and let go of even that mindset, because that's judgment as well. Again, it's great that you're doing it, but that's not what we're doing. We're feeling opened. And then you're going to go back to the hands and knees. Sorry, back to downward dog. Downward dog, the arms are straight, legs are straight. Tailbones go to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, and you are pushing into this pose. You're pushing as far as you can to the point where right before you feel like I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and then just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Again, if you commit to a pose, just because you committed to it doesn't mean you have to stay there. Maybe you can only stay there for 10 seconds. Listen to yourself. Bring yourself out of it. Or you feel like, man, I should go a little further. Listen to yourself. Go into it a little further. And now you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, making sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, you want to lengthen up some. Back is straight, maybe. And if the back is straight, you're reaching out, or you can arch the back. If the back is being arched, you'll push the hip bones diagonally, arch the back, raise the head. That's what I'm doing, even though it doesn't look like it. I'm aware of that. But it's acceptance. I'm feeling opened. So feel opened. No matter where you are, you're going to feel open. Again, feeling opened is a mindset. That's what you're learning on the yoga mat. You're going to take that mindset of feeling open off the yoga mat and apply it in the so-called real world. Feeling open to new ideas. Feeling open to new ventures. Of course, you're going to have to be aware of them. So let's say, hey, you know what? I should take that new job. Well, make sure. Just because you're feeling open doesn't mean you do everything. You still have to use your mind. Still have to listen to yourself. Just like I was saying in the downward dog. You're learning how to listen to yourself. So all that stuff works together. Acceptance, openness, being your own guru, making your own decisions. Reminds me of that movie with Jim Carrey. I think it was The Yes Man or something like that. He said yes to everything. That's not what this is. You're not saying yes to everything. You're your own guru. Take it within. You and God are going to decide. Or you in the oneness. Or you in the capital Y. You. Say you're an atheist. Doesn't matter. So curl toes under, knee goes up. So here, just a high lunge for a second or so. And then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in. So palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. and just focus on the breathing. Now here, you are pulling yourself in and down, forehead's going to the knees, and you're letting yourself breathe. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air. It pushes you out of the pose slightly. Let yourself be pushed out. When you exhale, the belly goes in and you go back into the pose. It's a subtle movement, very subtle, and you're aware of it, but you're not focused on it. That's a mindset that you're learning on the yoga mat too, to be able to be aware of subtleness. You're taking that off the yoga mat and becoming aware of subtleness around you. A lot of times in our society, we're focused on big things, big accomplishments. But just focus on subtleness too. You're aware of subtleness. You're focusing on your breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back. Inhale. Feel open. Exhale. One more salutation. Inhale, feel open. Exhale, as you exhale, hinge forward from lower back. Palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. I wish I could have said that better. Elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down and focus on the breathing. Again, focusing on the breathing heightens your awareness. It lets you know what's going on in the body. You're aware of the stretch in the hamstrings maybe, or the calves. You're aware of the lower back. You're aware of everything. You're aware of the subtle movement of the belly as you inhale and exhale. You're aware of how that pushes you out of the pose, then back into the pose. Very subtle. But you're becoming aware of a subtleness. You're aware. Very important. It's a mindset you're learning on the yoga mat. You're accepting where you are. So if you're up here, you're like, man, I don't feel that awareness of going in and out. It's where you are. You're accepting where you are. Capital A. Capital A. And then palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge again. Top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Making sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up. If the back is straight, you're reaching out. If it's arched, you're pushing. So the hip bones are pushing diagonally. Back is arching. Head is going up and back. And you're feeling opened. Tapping into openness. Let go of judgment. Let go of control. Let go of feeling like, man, I can't do this, or man, this and that, whatever. Let go of that stuff. Those are barriers that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. And when the mind and body becomes one, that is yoga. No matter how you think the pose should look, the mind and body is becoming one. You're doing yoga. Feeling opened. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. We're not going to stay here, just settle here. Then move into the downward dog. The downward dog, arms straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. And you're pushing into the pose. And you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Now, there's no tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. Just let the head dangle. Push. And again, you're listening to yourself, your body. You're just letting me guide you a little bit into what poses we're doing. But once you're there, you're your own guru. You're listening to yourself. If I say, hey, push a little further, and you think, hey, I can't do it, listen to yourself. Not because of injury and all that. I mean, that's part of it, but not because of that. It's because you're learning how to listen to yourself. You take that mindset off the yoga mat into the so-called real world. You hear what others say, but you ultimately become your own guru, your own leader. Listen to yourself. Listen to the God within. If you're an atheist, listen to yourself. That's within. Capital S. Doesn't matter if you're an atheist. Doesn't matter if you believe in God. It's all the same. We're all human. Just calling it different names. Then you slide into the upper dog. Drop down to the knees and the chest slide up. Modify it how you have to. You either go to hands and knees, and do the cow or the small cobra. You're feeling opened. And here, you're doing the best you can. You commit to the pose and you feel like, man, I should bring myself out of it. I should go to hands and knees. Do it. Listen to yourself. Be your own guru. I've been saying be your own guru forever. Probably a website called Be Your Own Guru, I bet. Feel opened. And then back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Accepting where you are. So you push to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Settle there. And focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. When you focus solely on the breathing, you can't judge. You can't try to be somewhere mentally. You can't think, man, I'm not doing this right, or man, I'm doing this perfectly. All judgment, because you're focused solely on the breathing. And then that heightens your awareness. Lets you know what's going on in the body. Lets you know what's going on around you. And that's the mindset that you're taking off the yoga mat. Awareness. So when you're in the so-called real world, you're aware of what's going on around you. You're aware that your mind is open. You're aware of that new idea. You're aware of a new adventure. Then you're going to listen to yourself and own yourself. You're going to think, you know what? I might do it. Still using might there just because you might not. Then left foot is up, between the hands into a low lunge. With the low lunge, stop the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. If the back is straight, you're reaching out. If the back is arched, you're doing a scoop. So the hip bones are pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, head is going up, and make sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, you want to lengthen up some. Let go of judgment. Let go, try to be somewhere. Just settle on the pose, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. And now feel openness. Feel opened. Mindset. And you go to the high lunge just for a second or so. Curl the toes under the back, knee goes up, get the leg as straight as you can. Then standing forward bend. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down and focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Heightens your awareness. And you're thinking of nothing else but the breathing. You are pulling yourself in and down here. But you're only going to a spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Palms together, you're going to reach out, up and back, inhale. Palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. Palms together to the heart center. Then you're going to go to mountain pose. Now, mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in the shoulders or the arms. You're going to lengthen yourself up and then line the bones up with the skeleton and just let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. You just focus on the breathing. You're watching yourself breathe, just like I explained in the beginning. And you might catch yourself controlling it. It's very natural to watch yourself breathe and start controlling it. When you realize you're doing that, just let go and continue to watch it. And it's natural to start to think about other things as you're watching yourself breathe. When you realize you're thinking about other things, just let go and continue to watch yourself breathe. You're becoming the watcher, realizing that you're not your thoughts. You're not the control. You're not trying to be somewhere. You're just in the moment. You're going to stay here just a little bit longer, so just watch yourself breathe. Palms together. And that's it. YouTube Live, number 122 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.